There is a story that, piggybacking on the story of marriage equality, is a very disturbing story. A physical education teacher named Carla Hale has been fired from the Ohio Catholic school Bishop Watterson High School, where she taught for 19 years for being gay. She's 57 years old, worked there for 19 years. She says that school officials handed her a letter from an anonymous parent who had clipped Hale's mother's obituary. So let's explain what happened here. The teacher's mother passed away, and in the obituary, it mentioned Hale's name, Carla Hale, as a daughter who survives the mother who has been deceased, and it mentions the name of the teacher's domestic partner. And the parents were angry that, wait a second, how could this woman be allowed to teach at the school? She was fired less than a month ago. Her dismissal notice explicitly referred to the same-sex relationship as the basis for her termination. It was revealed in an obituary for your mother who passed away that you have a domestic partner, and we now are firing you. Now, there's a contract between the Roman Catholic Diocese of Columbus, Ohio, and the Central Ohio Association of Catholic Educators, which actually says that teachers can be fired on the grounds of immorality or serious unethical conduct. And when I hear that, I say, oh, well, wait a second. Two Catholic organizations agree with each other that it's okay to fire people for being gay. I guess that's all we need to know, Louis. Case closed.
Yeah.
Well, we can move on, right?
Very funny.
But the point here is that what is the violation here, right? The school found that Hale is in violation of policy 45116.1, Louis. Do not confuse this with 45116.3.
Does this list start at 0?
That's a good question, actually.
Yeah.
How long is this list? And what does 45116.1 say? It says that Catholic school personnel will set an example for moral behavior, upholding the rules of the Catholic faith. Of course, the Catholic faith officially does not support homosexual lifestyles, as they call them. And it teaches that people who feel they are attracted to those of the same sex must never, ever, ever act on those feelings. Now, the problem here, and this is a good thing, we'll see where this goes, is that there's a city ordinance in Columbus which says, doesn't matter what the Catholic Church says, doesn't matter if these two Catholic groups have agreed with each other that you can fire gay people, it is illegal in Columbus to fire anyone on the basis of sexual orientation. In fact, it goes beyond that. It's illegal to discriminate in any way, even not firing, but giving someone less money, less salary, simply because they are gay. However, not everybody is upset about this. Bryan Fischer likes it. He says it is discrimination, and sometimes discrimination is good. Here's what Bryan Fischer had to say about the firing.
Now, my point here is the school discriminated against this teacher. Yes, they absolutely did, and they should have. They were absolutely right to do it. Mm-hmm. There are times when discriminating is the right thing to do, when discrimination is the right thing to do. They were discriminating against this woman's sexual behavior, sexual misconduct, immoral sexual behavior, and we should make no apologies for discriminating against that kind of behavior. You know, we discriminate against shoplifters. My point is we discriminate against immoral behavior.
Right. So the same way that shoplifting is discriminated against, we should be discriminating against people who are gay. Now, this is obviously nonsense. And not only is it nonsense because it is discrimination, it is against the law in Columbus, Ohio. That's going to be resolved by the law. But it's also, of course, hypocritical. And we have these epic double standards. Catholic school teachers can be terminated if they get a divorce. Are they getting terminated for having divorces? Not all sins are being equally punished here. This is the typical double standard that we're used to. And you just can't fire people for being gay and say, you know, my holy book says that it's okay, right? That's you just can't do it.
We just have to hope that in Columbus, the state and city law will trump the law of the diocese.
Yes, which really is not law.
Right.
It's nothing.
So I'm assuming it will.
We have to assume
But
it
if
will.
it doesn't, we've got a big problem on our hands.
We do, and we're going to follow this story.